Okay, so we're going to calculate how many molecules in 18 grams of CH4, that's methane. Whenever you see a problem that involves molecules, grams, and sometimes moles also, so any problem that involves number of molecules, grams, and it may have moles in it also, you have two conversion factors you can use. The first one is Avogadro's number. 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules per mole. That's the definition of a mole. So we can use that as a conversion factor, and then we have another one also that relates grams and moles. It's the molar mass. The molar mass depends on the compound involved or the substance involved. We can calculate it using the numbers off the periodic table. On the periodic table, it's not the big number, but we're looking at the smaller number. For carbon, it's 12.0, and for hydrogen is 1.0. So we will calculate the molar mass here as 12.0 for the carbon in CH4 plus 4 times 1.0 for the hydrogen gives us a molar mass of 16.0, and the units for that are grams per mole. Okay, now we have two conversion factors that we can use to solve this problem. Two conversion factors. So this problem is a conversion factor problem. And I have three numbers now. Which number do I start with? I look to start with the number that is just one number and one unit. Both of these have 2 units involved, so I'm going to start with my 18 grams. On the next step, I know that I'm going to want grams down here so that it can cancel. And I will go to moles next, because the way I know that is because looking at my conversion factors, grams is in this one, and so I can use this one to get to moles. And I may not see how that's useful right away, but we can see on the next step. There's no other conversion factor that involves grams, so I'm just going to use this one. The 16 has to stay with the G, though, so it goes down here. And what's implied for the number on the top is 1, 16 grams per 1 mole. So there's a 1 up there. So that will get my grams to cancel. On my next step, I know that I need to have mole down here because I want it to cancel with this one. I don't want moles. I want to eventually get to molecules. And I have to be careful about moles and molecules. They're very different things. Be careful how you abbreviate molecules, and be careful how you write moles so that you realize they're different. Okay, so I've got moles on the bottom. What can I go to next? Well, I already used this one. This one will let me go to the number of molecules, so I want to use that next. So I'll put molecules on top. And the 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd goes with the molecules. This number you need to have memorized, and you need to know that the 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd goes with the molecules, not with the mole. It's per 1 mole to be able to use it correctly. Now my moles will cancel, and I can punch this in my calculator and get an answer. My calculator gives me an answer of 6.7725 times 10 to the 23rd. I need to look at Sig Figs. I only have 3 Sig Figs in this given, so I can round this to 3 Sig Figs. And I should ask myself, does this seem like a reasonable number? It is in molecules. Does it seem reasonable that in 18 grams of a substance, there should be many, many, many molecules, which this is a huge number, so that does kind of make sense. Some of the common errors when this number is in the wrong place will end up giving you a very strange number for the number of molecules in 18 grams.